Hey, Bee. Come on. Come on. Oh my God, you guys. Hi, my witches. I'm not going to try to do like a controlled entry because I need charcoal. Hold on. So not ready. I'll be right back. Yes, ma'am. All right, I'll bring you back while I'm doing this. Hi, welcome, my witches. Blessed be. I'm Luna. Oh wait, I gotta pour my bubbly. I'm kind of a mess tonight. Just a little scattered. I have the Uranus and Jupiter squaring my midheaven, so that's fun. But it's making things. And Pylacket he was just up on the back of the chair. Come on, Pylacket. Pylacket, my love. Come. Anyhow, how are you doing? I hope you're a little less frantic than me. I spent too much time arguing with the decks, or letting them argue with each other about who was going to be on tonight. All right, let's get a charcoal lit. Now I can look and say hi to people while I'm doing this. Hello, Darcy. Hello, Samantha. My dear, dear friends. Hi, Roxanne, another dear one. And Marcy, hello, sweetheart. Stephanie, hi, I was thinking about you today. You went by on Facebook. And hello, Elsie. And hi, Catherine. Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you're here. And I stopped a long time ago worrying about not having my shit together when I do these. Because when do I ever really have my shit together? I'm going to turn the drums down. Hi, Laura. Hey, good to see ya. Good to see everybody. All right. Phew. Time to settle in. And while I'm settling in, I want to do a shout out to Mountain Rose. I just purchased a half a pound that, hold up. You know what? I could do it this way. I just purchased, this is a 4-ounce bag, and I ordered 2 of these of cultivated white sage. And there's a lot of, there's a lot of shake at the bottom, but there's whole leaves and everything. What I'm not seeing is a lot of stems, to tell you the truth. And that's freaking awesome. But I really want to shout out Mountain Rose. Number one, I was looking for a native source to buy it from, and I couldn't find one that I, could be sure this is going to be good. And so I bought theirs because I've bought from Mountain Rose for many years, and they're wonderful, and it's cultivated, so they're not stressing any native populations of this herb that is sacred to our indigenous people. And with the package, I got this card that says they're now heat sealing their bags, and some bags will be heat sealed and some won't, so while they're switching over, and that they are now trying to source as many things as they possibly can from domestic sources and farms. And they said, some things like coffee doesn't grow here, chocolate, cacao does not grow here, but they said they're finding out what can and what cannot, so they can source everything that can be grown here. They can source domestically. Then there's this booklet, Independent Organic Brand List, from the Cornucopia Institute. and it goes through, and it has, now full disclosure, I am saying this is a household that can't afford to shop organic, but we buy local as much as we possibly can. So it's the story behind organic brands, and then it goes category by category. There's like nuts and seeds, fruits and veggies, grains and pasta, snack bars, snacks for baby and toddler beverages, eggs and meat, spreads and oils, dairy, sweets, plant-based, dairy-free, and under each heading it has brands that are independent and unassociated with big corporate. Because it was talking about how so many brands are coming out now that are, you know, natural, organic, and the packaging is meant to reflect that vibe, but they're actually subsidiaries of big corporate. So, and then there was this little tear-off thing from the back of the book that you can stick in your purse, indie brands, A to Z. So I'm going to be taking this with me. I'll probably take a picture of it too, but taking it with me to the grocery store and just seeing what's possible to support domestic, to support, you know, it goes local, domestic, and then at least as, you know, ethically worth it as possible. Okay, yeah, words are hard today. Anyhow, let me catch up and see. I saw who was here, but let me see what everybody's saying. Greetings and cyber coconut macaroons. Woo, baby. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my. The Northern Lights, Laura, I did not personally, but there are people all around us that did. And from what I am seeing, it was pretty much like 10 o'clock, the show started, and we didn't go out to look. I'm thinking, oh, we'll wait until later. It's going to be later in the night. And we drove out away from the house, and the only thing I could see, it was a very dark sky because, you know, new moon, and I saw like a slight pinkish cast to the sky, just a change in the dark of the color, you know. And then we found out the next day that you could really see a lot more if you looked through your phone camera. We didn't know that, so we didn't. But people all around us, and there was someone very close to here that was saying they went out and the first thing they saw was like a big flash that was, you know, unsubtle. You didn't need your phone camera to see. So there was stuff that I just saw an orb go by over here. Did you guys see that? Anyway, there were wonderful pictures, but I will tell you the energy of it has been kicking my ass. And not with fatigue or anything, but just with, you know, kind of off balance. You know, I was going to say super sensitive, but what else is new? So yeah, I've been feeling that. Let me back up a little bit. Oh, Egyptian to Marcy. What? Oh, I didn't see Marcy's note. Oh, Mars. I did not see your notes, but there's a reference to something looking Egyptian, so, okay. Not in Buenos Aires, okay. Not in a latitude. Yeah, I mean, we aren't either, usually. But we just happened to hit a hard, you know, a strong enough one that it came down our way. So, hi, Willow Owl. Welcome, my dear. Co-workers said Northern Lights visible in Florida. Yeah, they came way down. Well, you know, when you think about it, we are the ones that are really facing the sun. So I would think Australis, you know, you're facing away. You're in the winter. So I don't know how it works. Okay. Oh, my cup. Yes. It is busted. Yes, whoop, there. There she is. I got my bubbly. There was other things I wanted to tell you guys about. Oh, did you see the reading that I put up? I see people saying, hello, Tavia. Hello, Tavia. Okay, Catherine, I'm glad you saw the orb. I was looking through, I think it was, it might have just been a regular old unboxing video, and watching it because somebody commented on something and there was a big orb. So I don't catch them because usually I'm looking down. So if you guys see something, please shout it out. When I was, this was back in 1995, I think, I was teaching a tarot class at a little magical shop called the Mystic Goddess. Hi, Ken. And I videotaped it, and I'm sitting talking, and there's this orb that comes. It doesn't just go across, it comes, and then it comes back and like goes around my head. It's pretty crazy. I still have the tape. I need to transfer it to something else. Alrighty. So everybody's checked in and saying hi, and if you are new here, please hit the subscribe button, and 1 minute later you will be able to jump in on the chat. I'm going to come down here. Please change your chat window from top chat to live chat, or you won't see everybody's things. Okay. And if you are new here and you jump in on the chat, please tell us where you're from. Say hi. We have a wonderful, very small group, and I love it. You know, it really is a virtual coven on Wednesday nights, or whatever night I manage to get here. Okay, so last week I launched into a big Tara thing, and we were talking about destruction and creation, and that whole wheel, and I did a Tara reading the next morning where the first two cards that flipped out, or destruction was the first one that flipped out, and the end of the reading was creativity. So something else, very responsive. So she's here tonight, but I wanted to, I've been reading Pema Chodron, The Places That Scare You. This is my second favorite book of hers. My first favorite book of hers is ooh, listen, that came out. I wasn't even thinking of it. Start Where You Are, but it's When Things Fall Apart. Fabulous book. This one focuses on Tonglen, and it's a guide to fearlessness in difficult times. But I had a couple things jump out at me because we talk a lot about Buddhist kind of things and the nature of our suffering as humans. And here's just a few little things that just made it go bink for me. I've read this book so many times, and it doesn't stick because our default as humans, our nature, our tendencies, and this is going into astrology, your chart is shows your default settings, right? And you can learn everything else that isn't part of those default settings, either to compensate for those, or to enhance those, or to utilize those, or whatever. So our default settings are so strong in us, and our training from life on Earth is so strong that that's why you need to practice every day, because it doesn't matter how many times I read the book, I read it again and go, So here's a few. It's like a cartoon I saw of an astonished looking man saying, "What was that?" The caption below read, "Bob experiences a moment of well-being." The ordinariness of our good fortune can make it hard to catch. So she's talking about joy, enhancing your ability to rejoice, and not just in your own good fortune, but practicing then so that you learn to rejoice in the good fortune of those you love, in the good fortune of neutral people that don't matter to you, and in the good fortune of challenging people. But that thing of, what was that? He experiences a moment of well-being. So tonight I'm thinking about our well-being and how we take care of it, how we nurture it in really tough times. Here's another one. Each time we drop our complaints and allow everyday good fortune to inspire us, we enter the warrior's world. So that tells you what we mean when we talk about a spiritual warrior. The warrior's world, it's the one that is willing to make the last effort to get there, to be victorious, to accomplish. Okay. This is good too. We can do this even at the most difficult moments. Everything we see, hear, taste, and smell has the power to strengthen and uplift us. As Longchenpa says, the quality of joy is like finding cool, refreshing shade. So when you choose to come out of your head and just pay attention to your coffee, that first wonderful hot sip of coffee, and find joy in that. The hot water running over your body in the shower. The beauty of a spring morning. Clean sheets. You know, those little everyday things. There was in my tea sensei's kitchen, there was a framed picture of the Buddha above her sink. And underneath it, it said, let me see if I can remember as nearly as possible, that the secret to happiness lies in taking an intense interest in the details of everyday life and elevating those to an art form. And that right there is the entire Japanese culture, you know, traditional culture in a nutshell. But the first part is paying attention to these things rather than this thing and all those things, you know? So, and I love the cool, refreshing shade and the way she points out that joy is found in our senses, not in our, you know, the things we're dreaming up. We've got all these thoughts that are pulling us down the other way. But if we tune into our senses and delight in what we're looking at and what we're hearing and what we're feeling, smelling, tasting, seeing, you know? Okay. And then, let's see, where's another one? Yes. Rather than appreciate where we are, we continually struggle and nurture our dissatisfaction. It's like trying to get flowers to grow by pouring cement on the garden. So, but that phrase, nurturing our dissatisfaction. And wait, there was another one. It was talking about a grudge. Where is it? We'd be wise to question why we hold a grudge as if it were going to make us happy and ease our pain. Ouch! As a Plutonian person, I just have to say an emphatic ouch! Because yes, I nurture my dissatisfaction and I hold a grudge as if that's going to make me happy. So, yeah. All right, let me see. Hi, Al. Hi, I'm so glad to see you here. Sam says, or the scene from Samurai where as he is dying, he sees a cherry tree blossoming and he smiles and says, perfect. Yeah, exactly. Yet, hi, Savage. No, you're here. I'm just quacking right now. Savage, Grammy. Yeah, baby, welcome. So good to see you. All right. Let's carry on. I have a mess here. I haven't put anything in order. So let me do that quickly. You go here. You go here. You, where are you? You go here. You are there. You are there. And, one moment. You, my darling, are there. Okay, now, let's have a little ritual, shall we? See, Savage Grammy, you're right on time. I'm so glad you checked in. Where are you checking in from, everybody? And also, I take it that the sound is okay because nobody has said, hey, I can't hear you. So let me get my butt in the chair here and my dress. See, I don't have, the image I'm looking at is not mirror, so it's hard to tell which way things go. Yes, Sacred Hags tonight. You got it. The book I was reading from, Catherine, was, there we go, The Places That Scare You by Pema Chodron. And she is, she brings to me the more gentle, meditative, the meditation practices of Tibetan Buddhism. My teacher in the Tara dance practice, Premadasara, Dancing Tara, Manual of Practice, taradatu.org. I put it on the chat last week. She brings me that dynamic Vajrayana energy. And Vajrayana, there's Hinayana, Mahayana, and Vajrayana. Hinayana is the little path, Mahayana is the middle path, and Vajrayana is the lightning path. You get there fast. It ain't smooth, but it'll get you there fast. Oh, and I wanted to show you this too. I scored at Five Below tonight. Check it. The Art of War by Sun Tzu. I've always wanted a copy, and if you don't know what that's about, I will just tell you that one of the people that really lived by that book was Dwight Eisenhower, and he was responsible for planning the whole D-Day operation in Normandy. So, yeah, he took lessons from it. Okay. Let's have a ritual while the decks are sitting here. Look at my beautiful new sage, you guys. It's gorgeous. I had kept burning those crumbs until I could burn them no more. And it's so nice to have fresh sage. And it's so nice to know that I'm giving my money to an ethical company. And I will say that from the last time I bought it, I think I bought a pound, and that lasted me forever. It was like $40 for the pound. This half pound was over $50 with shipping. But that's the way it is. I'm happy to pay it. It'll just make me be more frugal. Okay. Hold on, I gotta... I already did this morning, but I offer you this sacred smoke. By air and fire, may you be purified and charged. May you be inspired and your mind opened, enlightened, spacious, and your will and your vision bright and clear. No. Yeah. All right. The music stopped. Did it start again? Yes. All right. By water and earth. You know, I can make that so it makes sense to you here. There's a pentacle. By water and earth, may you be blessed and made whole. Through water, may we feel our connection to each other. And by earth, start coming into your body now, gang. And by the sound of the bell, may all negativity be cleared from this space. Whoever's hearing this sound, wherever these vibrations are traveling, may all negativity be cleared from your mind. Feel the windows open up in your mind and feel the fresh breeze flowing through. And may the spirit enter in. Guides and guardians, allies and ancestors, gods and goddesses, insert your favorites here. We welcome you to this space. We are here to honor you and to listen to your messages, to do our very best as human beings to be good stewards of this incredibly beautiful earth that we've been given. There's an album my son and I were listening to on the way to his dentist appointment. It's one of our favorite summer albums. It's B-52's Cosmic Thing. And just what a fabulous album. And there's a song on it called Topaz, and I will try not to cry, because every time I listen to this song and they say something about clear planet blue and green, or clear planet evergreen, her pain wells up in me and this hits. You know, I am struck with how fragile our part of this planet, the part that births and sustains us, is. How very fragile that balance is. But as a whole, she's tough, and it's going to take a hell of a lot more than us to, you know, destroy her. We're just going to destroy the part that loves us. So, anyway, yeah. What else am I going to say? Oh, yes. So, Mother Gaia, we're here to listen and to try, and we offer you fresh water, and we offer you the fire of Azrael. I'm hearing a humming. I was thinking, oh, you know, it's in the music, but it's not. That's just drums, but I'm hearing it's not that tone. Anyway, all right. We're going to have some fun tonight, eh? Let's have a meditation. So, come on down, settle in, everybody. Oh, okay. Oh, Tavia. All right, well, let me catch up here. Omaha, Nebraska, Savage Granny, thank you. Thank you for being here. I hope that you have been out of the way of the exciting weather that's been going on. We had a tornado touchdown just a mile south of us here. A mile due south. And it was an EF0. It just kind of touched and left, I guess. We didn't get sirens. I mean, my husband in Colorado texted me and said, "Are you guys getting dicey weather?" And I'm like, no, nothing. I looked at the Weather Channel, nothing. He got the alert, we didn't, so yippee. And Tavia says, I don't recognize any of those decks, so it's going to be a fun night for you. Catherine says, one of my supervisors kept a copy of The Art of War on her desk. She was a force to be reckoned with, a true mentor, and that's why I got it, because I want to be better at it. Humaning. Okay, now settle in. Let me scooch up a little bit more. And Pyewacket, my lad, where are you? Where are you, my lad? Where'd you go? He's been jumping up on the back of the chair a lot lately. He did it like right when I was getting ready. And I hope he comes up to visit tonight. So, yes, thank you, Willow Owl. Please click the like button. Oh my gosh, just by a couple of miles. That is terrifying. Terrifying. Savage Grammy, I'm very glad you were safe. Very glad. All right, so come on down into your body. Sit on, lie down, whatever you're relaxing on. Just allow gravity to take over and feel all of your body relaxing into that surface. And as you feel yourself relaxing into the surface, just let go of whatever energy you're using to like hold yourself up. Just let go. Let go. And notice that you don't fall. Notice that gravity is holding you and Gaia is holding you. And you are safe. Safe in your body, safe in your home, safe for this moment. Allow yourself to trust that safety. Sorry, I'm wiggly, you guys. And then, let's really focus on our breath. I've noticed my breath being very hitchy, like I'll be breathing and kind of doing that. So my breath has not been even and stable. So let's just take a few moments to really focus on your breath and focusing on the out breath. And I don't want anything strenuous here, but focusing on the out breath and making sure that you release all of your breath. And then just relaxing. Relaxing your belly, relaxing your sides, and feeling your rib cage expanding 360 degrees around. Let's just take the next 3 breaths in silence. let your breath settle naturally. Let your breath breathe itself. And when you're doing deep breathing like that, it is good to breathe in and out through your nose. So many times we have people blowing out the air, but and I can't remember what it is, it's in one of my books, but there is something different about breathing out through the nose. It doesn't come out in quite such a rush, so you can extract more oxygen. And as you're breathing, begin to relax with your out breath. Imagine that all of your muscles and your skin are exhaling. So being aware of your skin, every bit of it, when you take a nice relaxing deep breath, and as you exhale, just feel your entire wrapping exhaling. And this allows your muscles to release all toxins that are in there. Anything that's stuck. You may find your attention shifting to a certain area or another with each exhale. Let it go there. That might be a place that you need to especially release from. And now on the next in-breath, start breathing in through all of your skin. And remember to include the skin that's in contact with whatever you're sitting or lying on. And now allow from the base of your spine, allow a root to drop down into the earth. And as it goes down into the earth and it grows little rootlets out to the sides, if you notice, there may be some stronger roots heading out to the 4 directions to keep you even more stable. But feel these little fingerlet roots going out and just hooking into the soil, connecting your body with the origin of that body. Your body comes from the dirt. My kids used to have a record called Dirt Made My Lunch. And guess what? Your lunch made you. So connecting with that dirt, your body, the substance of you is the very same. And you feel all those nutrients being extracted and being traded. You're trading the things you don't need, the things that you're done with. This is the wheel. The waste that you're done with, and you're allowing the nutrients that are needed to flow into you. Those nutrients need a place to go, and let that earth energy rush up the root into your body, rushing down your legs to your toes, rushing up into your torso, swirling through up to your shoulders, whooshing down your arms to your fingertips, rushing up your neck and into your head, and just feel it swirling around your body. Inside, feel your body waking up from the inside out. It's like you can feel the inside layer of your skin tingling and the outside layer. And as you're feeling these things, take great joy in the sensing of this. Don't be worried if you don't have physical sensations. Feel it on whatever level it's available to you, with the intention and the will to be open to all levels. And we're going to do things a little bit differently tonight. I would like you to open up your crown and reach up into the cosmos, and instead of a very specific pointed root, as soon as you reach up that way, it just becomes vast. It expands into vast, limitless space. And you are also of the nature of this space. The substance of you is of the nature of earth. The spirit of you is of the nature of the heavens. And here we allow any wacky thoughts, any busy mind, anything that isn't needed right now, with love, to just expand out into the cosmos, and we feel the cosmic energy rush in through the crown, rushing down into the head and neck, rushing down your arms into your fingertips, swooshing down into your torso, down your legs to your toes. Feel it spin. Earth energy, cosmic energy, spiraling and wrapping together. And feel the energy from that. Now just let that play in your body. You cannot take in anything excess, so that's okay. You are in balance with this energy already. We just forget. So just let it happen. I'm trying to decide which way I'm going with this. I have a couple options. All right, so we are going to take 3 breaths, and increasing energy, releasing only the breath and holding the energy. And on the 3rd exhale, we are going to blast this energy out the front and the back at the level of the solar plexus, right? And it's going to go out front and back, and this will create the sphere around you. So exhaling and inhaling in energy from top and bottom. Increasing swirling, release only the breath. And again, bright and beautiful, releasing only the breath. And again. And releasing out front and back at the solar plexus. And feel it go out and immediately swirl around and join front and back, completing the sphere top and bottom. So dynamic. You can see the energy moving in this sphere of living light. This sphere of the energy of everything and the one. The energy of the one surrounds you now. And now in a couple moments, we're going to light up the rainbow. We will take another couple breaths and exhale into the rainbow being the red at the root. Well, let's go from the solar plexus out, going downward. Solar plexus is yellow, sacral chakra is orange, root is red. Going upward, heart is green, throat is sky blue, third eye is indigo blue, crown is purple. So exhaling and inhale all this wonderful energy, all of the colors. As you exhale, we're going to light that rainbow up top to bottom. Just see those colors of the rainbow swirling in that sphere. And now exhaling again, nice deep inhale. On the exhale, let's push a layer out to connect with everyone else and really see those rainbow colors swirling blanketing the planet, because to connect with each other, our circles of energy have to go all over the globe. So I set the intention now that the work that we do here tonight, the work of becoming better humans on this planet, the work of becoming more karmically available, more available to everything and everyone on this planet for the benefit of all. May everything that we do here be raised to the highest vibration, and may any mistakes or omissions be forgiven. As Jessica says, all praise is Tara's, all mistakes are mine. So come on back to the room here. Come on back to the room. There's another thing I want to show you. I've been busy. Where are you, darling? There you are. There, what do you think? It's a little rainbow of tiny goddesses. I'm going to be making more and more and more and more of them. Okay. Fill up this box, and then it is my intention, may it be so, to complete my Etsy shop and get some things up for sale. So that is my intention. Anyway, let's meet the decks, because we're in here for 42 minutes already, and we haven't even, holy mackerel, you guys. Like I said, I'm out there, so we might not use all these decks tonight. Our first deck is the Transparent Tarot by Emily Carding, also author of the Transparent Oracle, which I want, and the Tarot the She, which I have. Was that a Laura or Roxanne deck? Might have been a Roxanne deck. Anyway, then we have, oh, hi, Pilaka. He's down here by my feet. Hi, baby. Oh, my brother. We have the Sacred Circle Tarot, a pagan deck. We have, oh, the book that I just dropped. Can't believe I did that. The Wandering Heart Oracle. Sacred Circle is Anna Franklin, Paul Mason. This one is Raina Biddy. We have the Tarot Wisdom cards by Jessica Zebreen. And we have the Priestess of Light Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor and Kimberly Weber. And we have the Sacred Hags Oracle. Oh my goddess. What a deck. What a bunch of decks. All right, I got to do this because the books are all too damn big. I hope we get over the big book trend soon sometime, because the decks are fine, but we got these big honking books. Anyway, all right. Shall we start with Astro Dice, or shall we go straight in? I think I want to do them, you know? Let's see. Why not? Okay. You're welcome. Hi, Kendra. Welcome. Thanks for checking in. Where are you watching from? Yes, the little goddesses. Yes, I have it set up. I just have like the last couple things that it's like all the give us all your official shit. Anyway, oops. Sag. All right. Venus in the 5th in Sagittarius. Boy, is this ever talking about having some fun. Hi, Sam and Darcy. Fun. Venus in the 5th house is joy and fun. Just play, creative play. The love of play. And Sagittarius is fun, 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 fun. What more do I need to say about those? Fucking nothing. Fun making art, fun making beauty, fun making love, and affection. Fifth house is romance and, flirtiness and the start of relationships. So, yeah, baby, let's go. Let's go, ikimashou. So, hey, those didn't take much time. I'm glad I did them. From New Hampshire. Ooh, a romance novel-sized textbook. Okay, who's up first? Number 6. The hags are up first. Good. This one I do need to go to the book with, and this one I did not get to shuffle. And this is one of those decks that is cut unevenly, so it's a weird shuffle, but we'll just do this, and then we will split and pull for these. I may only take 3 here. Okay. New England is one place in this United States that I've never been. I've been everywhere else in this country except Alaska and Hawaii. And look, how convenient. Well, she gave me 4. All right. So we have Season of Orphaned Dreams, Hag of Holy Stones. Oh, good. We got one of the hags. And then the Hag of Storms and Hag of Selkies. All right. Why did I lay them out this way? I don't know, but we'll find out. I just like 3s. So I think I'm going to start with, you know what? I like that better. Season of Orphan Dreams. Because you notice that's the only one that is a, let's see, there are the hags, and then there are the seasons, and then there are stories, and then there are spells. And we have 3 hags, 1 season. This one is Harvest. Grandmother speaks. Whatever part of your world feels now as if it is drying out, as if it is nearing the end of its days. Well, is in the autumn of its life cycle. We can choose to be struck down by our resistance to change and stunned into stillness by our losses. Or we can choose to grieve well, to honor what is leaving us. We can cry. We can share stories. If we feel called, we can offer thanks for having been graced with the lessons offered, trusting that grief and gratitude are the sisters of a healthy heart. What leaves you now? What is exhaling to make room for the next breath? Harvest your grief now. Bow down to it. Let it touch the tenderest places within you and remind you that your heart still beats, even now. Oh my God, you guys. Even during this season of orphan dreams. So, I mean, think about it. Orphan dreams, that just dreams that have been cut off at the roots because they didn't receive whatever they needed to grow. You know, you didn't have the wherewithal, you know, and all the things that get in the way. But the orphan dreams, and also which dreams, because this is harvest, which dreams need to be reharvested? Which ones need to be reclaimed and nurtured back into life? Unorphaned, readopted. Which ones do we need to adopt? Okay. All right. I'm going to go to the hags. I was looking at the rituals that go with it, but we'll see. We have the Hag of Holy Stones. I've been looking for a holy stone for so long. Holey, a stone with a hole in it, down by the river. I've been looking and looking. Those are sacred stones.
Did you leave, Pilak? Oh, there you are, my lad. Come up. Yep, Mary, come up. Come up, baby.
Okay. She is second sight. So we have harvest. We have second sight. You totally can tell by her picture. Grandmother speaks. Through the stone, we see the ghost. In the bone, we feel the most. So often we think we are lost. We think our vision is clouded and the waters have been too stirred by time to ever settle and clear. In those moments, we look to the wisdom of the holy stone and we see that we are not lost at all. We simply needed a new lens through which to look. What we lacked was not clarity, but focus. Two different things. Clarity is what you get when you focus. A willingness to see just one thing so deeply instead of many things at once. Too much input robs us of our second sight after all. But if we only look through a small hole in a stone, if we allow the smooth walls of the circle to provide us a boundary we did not know was ours to claim, if we still our bodies and swaddle ourselves in quiet, then we can see so clearly the depth of our magic. Focus your vision now. Trust there is greater understanding to be had from seeing one thing well than many quickly and superficially. Look through the hole in the stone. What do you see? Then we have the Hag of Storms, and I see that we have 3 and 9 here. So, yeah, my favorite numbers. Grandmother speaks, and this is chaos. Oh my God. Harvest, second sight, chaos. You know, this is the demon that is haunting those of us with the sight, is the chaos that we're going through. We see it, we feel every bit of it. All right. The world has yet to show you its true majesty, and there are many unseen and unnamed forces at work coming together to hold you so strongly, then falling into mist once again. Chaos exists, my love. There's no doubt about it, but even within such chaos, there is an order unknown to us. It must be so. We cannot know all, or our worlds would be starving for mystery, and our worlds would be starving for mystery and darkness. Okay, so the order in chaos, the reason we're in chaos right now is that the order's been knocked out of balance, right? So chaos is part of the order. Such miraculous beauty is there in the storm. It does not feel sweet, I know, letting lightning strike you in just the right way, being baptized in the torrent and sent to swim in the raging waters. Think of how chaotic birth feels to the babe, how unexpected and wondrous and terrible. And to the mom. Just, you know, secret, letting out a secret there. Birth is a storm of womb water and blood, tears and thunderous roars. Neither mother nor babe makes it out of a birth unchanged by the chaos, unmarked by the primal scream. What storms are blowing through your life now are a means to birth, and this is all that can be known now amidst the chaos. And I also want to say that not every birth comes in with screams. In fact, most don't. Just so you know. Yeah, wow. Wow. Okay, so one thing I want to say, hold this thought, skies, strange skies. Okay, now I'm going to read the last one. She's number 14, mystery. There we go, mystery. Trust me when I tell you, dearest, that the human condition is burdened with quite the cosmic joke. Yes, I mean, yeah. We seek to know all. We are constantly questing for answers, and yet, were we to really know and understand all there is to know about the stars, the seas, and the gods, our lives would lose all meaning. The mystery is a gift, you see. The mystery keeps our pulses beating. Without those fertile shadows, without the wild unseen, we would make no art. And let's throw in there, without the nature of our human suffering. Yeah, that's the gift as well. The whole of our world would fall to a bone pile, and our tongues would rot in our mouths with no flavors to be enjoyed. We shape-shift, you see. We quest and we rest. We permit some unnamed magic to exist in the world. We allow for the possibility that immense forces are at work without our permission, and we wake all the more wild because our dreams feed us with unanswerable questions night after night. So how do we work when we that have the second sight are harvesting the chaos and feeling it in our bones? Well, we hand it off to the mystery. We go and play in mystery, and we understand that we can't see it all, and that there is a much different view from way far out, you know, and from way far out it doesn't look chaotic. You can see the plan, but when we're down here and up close, we see the chaos of it all. So that's one of the things of looking through the Holy Stone, when you are looking at the chaos and, oh my God, the weather and the, you know, the tornadoes and everything, and oh my God, Gaza, oh my God, Ukraine, oh my God, but you know, when all of this is happening, we get that Holy Stone and we focus. What is mine to do? What am I here to do? Oh, great mystery. Who is this witch? Look at her. She's doing what I do with my hands all the time. Who is this witch? What is she here to do? Who is this witch on this path? And just taking each step after step after step, without knowing the end result, without knowing, you know, in the midst of chaos, being able to focus on that next step to harvest our own dreams of the benefit that we're here to bring to this planet. And then open to the mystery, using our second sight to listen to the mystery, allow it to guide us. And knowing too that the chaos is here to unstick the stuck. You know, we don't change unless we're forced to, with our calcified cultures and, you know, our rules and regulations and our you know, dogmatic understanding of the way things work. So the chaos is here to bust those things loose and to shake us up and awaken us to the mystery, to the fact that we're not in control. But we can look through that Holy Stone and see, this is my, claim that boundary, as it said. This is my focus. I am going to find that orphan dream and reclaim it so that I can enter into the mystery, work towards my dream, maybe even harnessing the energy of the chaos, harnessing the storm to feed that. My goodness. Now I want to talk about skies. I have, since the eclipse, and then we had the aurora in Ohio, and then we had on Sunday, Mother's Day. And I hope you all had a wonderful Mother's Day, that's on mothering people. Driving down to Alliance, it was probably 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I saw sky and clouds that I've never seen the like of before. You know how some days you get those layers of puffy clouds that, you know, little individual clouds, and they go out to the horizon and you really get the perspective of how big the sky is? I mean to tell you, the entire sky was filled. Okay, wait, let me see if I can get away with this. I don't know if this is going to work, but Tam sent me a whole bunch of them. Oh, wait, I didn't download them to my phone. Nope. But these, I mean, it was just the skies as far as you could see. And we were driving through farm country, so you could see pretty far. It was all these little individual puffy clouds just out as far as you could possibly see. I'm driving, and I'm just like, driving like this. I'm like, oh my God, I got to watch the road. And Tam said, just as I was getting kind of choked up, Tam said, I feel like crying. And it's like, yes, you know, so many things have made it. Oh crap. Okay. He must have sent it to me by himself. Hold on. I'm still getting there. Uh-oh, hold on. Hey, baby, I'm on a live stream.
Okay.
I'll call you back. Bye.
Okay.
That was my daughter. Okay. Chaos. You know, wait. I'll get there. Anyway, you know, these skies that are just causing emotional outbursts or something else. Let me see if I can find. I mean, he took pictures the entire time, and of course nothing does it justice, because you just can't get. This one does a little bit. Let me see if I can even get it to focus a little bit. Maybe this way is better. No, that's not going to work. Anyway, it was insane. And skies that are, yeah, something else. But it strikes me that, you know, our focus is going up, up. And I ask our son that it be gentle with us. There was a thing that came across Facebook. It was somebody's tweet. It was a pastor talking about, you know, you're loving God, and a loving God is this, and a loving God is that. And he's like, you know, dude, our source of light gives us cancer. It's like, yeah. Yeah, so don't come at me with that. Anyway, that was, yeah. Thank you, Sacred Hags. All right, let me see if I can focus myself here. And catch up. Fun, yes, fun for us tomorrow. All right, let's see who's up next. Did I put the tiny dice away? Yeah, it was something else. And I mean, just the fact that it's stretched, and the thing that the photos didn't capture, and if I'd been my son, I would have turned the phone sideways. And I kept saying, take a panorama, and he's like, I can't with the car bumping, you know, so I should have stopped. But it was just 360 degrees wherever you looked. It was phenomenal. So, I don't ever remember another time in my life when the sky was making me cry, you know, by its beauty and majesty and just unbelievableness. Okay. These are the Tara cards. All right, Tara, precious mother. Om tare tutare turi soha. I have the big book, and it's wonderful. They don't want to shuffle, so I'm just going to lay them out. Patience. You don't want to shuffle. I'm tired of shuffling. Creativity. Okay, when the decks were competing to see, because I had too many tarot, this was the card that came out, and then I split the deck again, and it was Destruction, which were the two cards from last week. So, and then we have Genuineness. Okay. Then we have the Tara number 10 of Joy and Laughter. And the Destroyer of Attachment. Oh, what a pair. And then we have Duality. Okay. So we start with patience, with knowing that even within the chaos, the earth is orbiting, the earth is turning, the sun and moon are doing their dance, and the seasons are changing. The seeds are planted, they're growing, or maybe they're being harvested now. So we are counseled here to be patient amidst the chaos and stop trying to push that river. You know, it's going to flow. If you want to push something in your life, push the vacuum across your floor. You know, do something you can do and you can control. But when you find yourself getting impatient with the wheels, the 7 of wheels, the wheels that are turning out there, these critical issues, all of which we've created for ourselves, then we are counseled to remember to go back to nature and go back to the senses, I'm saying, but look at how things grow, and knowing that when we plant the seed, we can't run out every day and dig it up to see how it's doing. We have to be patient and let it grow. And that's where creativity comes in. And Mr. Rogers comes in. Let's think of something to do while we're waiting, right? What can we create? Venus in the 5th house and Sagittarius. What can we create? How can we manage to have fun amidst the chaos? And then we've got Genuineness, tames the thief of wrong ideas, and I am going to the book for this. Because for court cards, she does something completely different. So she does not have court cards. She just used 2 other of the, what do I want to call them? the kind of study tools to I don't know what the word is. The 8 fears is one of the constructs. In Buddhism, there's a lot of lists. You know, the 4 noble truths and the 3 this and the 7 that and the what, you know. And so there's the 8 fears. And these are fears that are couched in terms of the natural world, but they relate to also the ways that we suffer. And the thief of wrong ideas is just thinking that, you know, karma doesn't apply to you. So let's see, here's what the 8 fears are. We have okay, let's see. One definition of Tara's name is Rescuer. Many of her most well-known stories are called Taming of the 8 Fears. Traditionally, it's said any who call out to her will be saved, though she can come in different forms. All right, so the 8 fears are the snake of jealousy. And yes, snakes are something to be afraid of. The fire of anger. The waves of desire, or the ocean of desire. The prison of greed. The elephant, actually they call it the elephant of stupidity. I love that. But it's the elephant of ignorance. And then we have the lion of pride and the thief of wrong ideas. So, I call Mother Protector Tara, white as the snow mountains, shining like the sun, to teach me how to slow my monkey mind, recognizing consequences of my actions can save me from the thief of wrong ideas. The love of Tara tames all fears. So, recognizing the consequences of my actions. So the wrong ideas are, karma doesn't apply to me. I can think of someone that has this very wrong idea, has his entire personality, right? It's when you lie and you do bad things because I feel I'm righteous. I feel right about doing this. But then the consequences come and it's like, you know, we get all upset. So this is telling us that we can't skip over the natural cycles of things. You know, we're not going to get let off the hook from this chaos while everybody else is suffering from it. Or just, you know, going through it. So, genuineness, I want to read more about this. When we have a lack of understanding of consequence, we act on our wrong ideas. They creep into our lives in small ways, cheating on a test or telling little white lies. Sometimes we lie to ourselves, preventing us from living authentic lives. But even these smallest deceptions steal from our integrity and virtue. I chose to characterize the thief of wrong ideas as a monkey, the polar opposite of the elephants of ignorance, often called monkey-minded elephant. Okay, wait, blah, blah, blah. Monkeys do often steal from people. This card shows the image of Tara. So I'm looking. All right. Yes, when we do not genuinely understand consequence, we are stealing from ourselves. Remembering the principle of karma, all actions will return. We know the right action to take. So this card shows the image of Tara, her right hand in the mudra of protection. Okay, I think it's this. Her left hand in the mudra of refuge. She is white in color, healing and gentle. Only through genuineness can we find freedom from the monkey mind, thief of wrong ideas. So, genuineness, honesty. Be genuine, be honest, be real, you know, get real. There was a book in Five Below called Feel the Grass, and it's like, I think that's going to be my new get real. You know, somebody's doing something, hey, feel the grass, man. So, or smoke grass, whatever. Okay, then we have the Tara of joy and laughter and the destroyer of attachment. So how do we suffer? Through attachment and aversion. So this is when we are attached. That's her mudra. Boom. When we are attached to things, to outcomes, to people, to our wrong ideas about our own righteousness and freedom from consequence, we suffer. And you notice she's red. She's a wrathful Tara. So is the Tara of joy and laughter. They're energetic. I want to read a little bit about the color here. Because it you know, you can tell the nature of particular taras. Red Tara, okay, so green is enlightened activity, white is peace and spaciousness, gold is abundance and good fortune, red is magnetism and power, blue is discipline and precision. So magnetism, Tara, one of her attributes, she looks young and beautiful, and she's able to attract people to her. She wants to attract them to her so she can bring them benefit. But then we've got this powerful Tara, that how, our attachments are so strong that we need power to break through them. And one of the ways we can break through is through joy and laughter. So these two in a specific incident, and I'm thinking of Pema Chodron again here, talking about how we sometimes when we're stuck in a situation and we're at like critical mass of, this is so shitty, and we are so determined to have our way or to win whatever conflict we're in or what, and then something ridiculous happens. She told a story about finding her, I can't remember if it was husband or boyfriend, in a passionate embrace with another woman at a party they were at. And they were at this friend's house, and this friend collected like Chinese vases, terribly expensive, incredibly expensive collection of vases. And she kept trying to pick up something to throw at him, and she'd pick it up and go, I can't throw that, it's too expensive. Pick up something else, I can't throw that. So she ended up just laughing her ass off, going outside and laughing her ass off. So sometimes when we are so very attached that we are just trying to like disappear into our own pain and misery and anger and something happens, and that mystery card talking about the cosmic joke, the goddess, I mean, sometimes you can almost literally hear her laughter. Something happens and it's like it can either make us angrier, and then we storm off, or if you allow it, if you can in that moment breathe a little bit. She talks about ventilating our attachments and our issues and things. And I love that word. Just imagine them ventilating, some air flowing through them, make them less solid, help them expand and break up, and so sometimes the cosmic joke is on us. And I hope for you that you can recognize the joke in that moment and laugh at it, that you can find the humor and laugh and set yourself free. Destroy that attachment. Now let's look at the Two of Wheels. So it's Two of Discs. Duality is the us against them. And this is another one of the ways that we suffer, is from right, wrong. That's the biggest duality. Me, you, right, wrong, inside, outside, all those things. But right and wrong is the one that takes us into the judgment, right? And the thief of wrong ideas can make us judge very wrongly on what is right and wrong for us. We may think what's right for us is not right for somebody else, and what's wrong for somebody else might not be wrong for us. So duality can get us into trouble. And I'm going to take a couple. The Four of Vases, and then Affliction, Five of Wheels. Okay, offerings and affliction. Well, I'm looking at offerings coming from joy and laughter. Affliction is over here, next to the destroyer of attachment. So yes, our affliction is attachment. Joy and laughter can also be our offering to the universe. When we get nailed in that moment, and we either have to get more pissed off and storm away and nurture our whatever we're going through, or we can ventilate and laugh and see that joy and laughter first as a gift and then as an offering to anybody that we next encounter, because they either were going to encounter somebody really stubbornly angry, pissed off, and looking for something to take it out on, or they could encounter someone that is laughing at the cosmic joke And maybe that's going to help them bend a little bit too. And look what we get at the end, freedom. So we do this, we step out of duality, recognize the cosmic joke, be patient with whatever cycles are going on, recognize the thief of wrong ideas, laugh at our own shit when we find ourselves going deeper into the anger, the grudge, the thing that feels so bad that we think is going to make us better. We can laugh and find freedom. Okay. Yeah, baby. All right. Hey, did everybody fall asleep? Are you there? I see conversation has gone silent. Okay, who's up next? This is the Wandering Heart. And be thinking, because by the time the tarots come up, I would like to have a specific, pertinent question. All right, Wandering Heart. Are we still hot? Maybe. All right. Yes? Maybe not. All right. Now I have to decide if I want to light a new one. I can't tell. Is it burning? All right. One more. One more. Okay. Follow your heart. Kin. Forgiveness. Whew. Right, I'm going to deal with these first. So follow your heart in the beginning. I watched, it is still hot, yay. There is a channel, I wonder what it's called. And it's all of these near-death experiences. Just people telling their near-death experience stories. Let me see if I can find one. They're amazing stories, and they're from every different kind of person. You know, people with some strong Christian faith who have been very surprised not to find what they were expecting. And let's see here. Yes, the channel is The Other Side NDE. I'm going to type that. And this guy was talking about having a heart transplant, and how in so many different cultures the heart was seen as the seat of the mind. And it's kind of like, you know, the Egyptians, they didn't put the brain in a canopic jar, they scrambled the brain and pulled it out the nose. You know, but the heart, and he was talking about how his tastes have changed in food, in music, and how he could feel this other person's mind. And he said that other person is now expressing through me. So the heart is more than just the little engine, you know, that keeps things running. So to follow your heart is to follow that deep feeling intuition that you have. That has anybody had this experience, like especially if you're a mom? You know, the mom one is more about the root chakra, where, you know, your kid is going and about ready to fall. I feel this like a spasm right at my root chakra. It's like if I had nuts, they'd be trying to go home. You know what I mean? But there's that feeling too with the heart of, you know, maybe with a relationship that's going bad or something, where you feel this in the heart. So, you know, following those feelings. And that's where I check in. If somebody asks me, this usually happens within the family, you know, if there's a crisis going on, the health things that people have been through over the last year with family and friends, and when they've asked questions or called and said, this is going on, that has thrown everything into a big scary question, and they'll say, how do you feel about it? Like with tornado warnings and stuff, how do you feel? And I check in with my heart. If it feels calm, everything's good. If it feels that feeling, no, I'm worried, it's not so good. Find everything you can do to protect the situation. That's when you got to get busy. So following your heart can mean so many things on so many levels, but it's also about being true to yourself and your dreams, maybe even those orphan dreams. Then we have kin over here. Those we're related to, those who are part of our tribe, blood family, chosen family. I'm very fortunate to have some wonderful blood family and some incredible chosen family. Then we have forgiveness over here. Okay, so I'm going to look at the connecting cards. I mean, we know what forgiveness is about, but let's talk about it a little bit. There have been, one of the things I want to see, a visceral reaction, Tavia. Yes, in your guts. So you can have that too in your gut biome. You've got intelligence and mind there too. If something's getting your guts in an uproar, so which part of your body is going off can tell you a lot about what's happening. The nature of what's happening. But I want to say, okay, I'm going to sidetrack here. I've seen a lot of people talking about, the solar energy that's been happening, and certainly shifts are happening. But I heard somebody talking about karma and making it into, this big spiritual thing. And it's like, karma is cause and effect. Done. Over and done. Simple, practical, every day. I go like this on a knife, I cut my finger. Karma. Right? Sometimes our actions take a while to pay back, but that's karma. It's not just spiritual stuff, it's cause and effect. And they were talking about us evolving, we're leveling up and evolving as human beings, and it's true, I believe it. But what bugs me is we don't get the practical version of that. What does that mean in practical terms? It's like, oh yes, we're evolving and spiritual, and then people go back to their miserable lives, So one of the things I have seen, and yes, we are evolving, we are always evolving. Part of the chaos is because the evolution is hitting critical mass and spilling over into the big change, so the change is becoming manifest, and that sends the things we're used to, into chaos. So one of the ways, was that your bioweapon? No. One of the ways, oh, he's behind me. We're evolving faster because of social media, because we are so connected. And think about when people first started being on Facebook, people of our generation, and how people were like constantly flaming at each other in comments and stuff, until we learned how to communicate in writing and communicate human to human, so we're understood and not just putting up the dukes, right? So I've seen that evolution happen, and the evolution of just how we relate to each other. And one of the things that happens in social media is you see these things coming across, and it's information, and we all go, well, we're all seeing these things as a collective. So we're learning and learning and learning. The information is circulating around, and everybody that sees social media as an evil is using it wrong. So there was things coming across about, there used to be this attitude, even by counselors, that your healing isn't complete until you forgive the other, whoever done it, and how that is not true. That is not true. Forgiveness either happens or it doesn't, and it can't be forced, really. You can say, I forgive you, but unless you really feel that and you're willing to let go of the grudge, then it's not going to happen. And I know when forgiveness happened from me to my parents, And that was when I was, walking them to the bridge and really got to see them as in their fragility, in their humanity. My mother, one of the things with her is when I would have her shower and put lotion on her back. And her back was so tiny. It was so tiny. And I could see her as a little girl. And I thought about the little girl and what that little girl had gone through that I would never know, but it was significant enough that it made her into a narcissist. So, I was able to see that and go, okay, you did your best. And in most particularly when we can forgive is when we finally take a good, clear look at what we've done and go, oh, okay, how can I be withholding forgiveness about you when the thief of wrong ideas is being righteous about the shit that I did, So forgiveness, of course, has to start with self, but let's change the word forgive to maybe release. And I've talked about this before. I release you to your karma. It's not up to me, and if you have someone that you have wronged, we have to let go of forgiveness. We can't make it happen, So being able to look at a person and say, I have outgrown this grudge. I have outgrown this active trauma, and now I would like to see who I am without it, who I am not in relationship to this trauma. My first definition of forgiveness that I came to by myself was saying it means I am no longer living in relation to that event. I'm not putting my whole life in the context of that trauma anymore. I am setting myself free to carry on with my life. Now, it may be that this is a person that you really would benefit to sit down with them and say, hey, I forgive you, Sometimes we can't even go to the person and tell them that because the relationship is too broken and it would re-traumatize, So, so looking at kin and forgiveness here, and looking at how we can kind of rearrange our relationship or our idea of forgiveness so that we can be unburdened and unburden others as well. But I'm looking at redemption here. Follow our heart to the kin that really belong to us and that we belong to, and that can redeem us through giving us the community to be our best selves in. To, like, for instance, if you maybe were the black sheep in the family, and I see the black sheep as the pattern busters, the ones that wouldn't follow the game plan. So you can be ostracized, but you follow your heart to the ones who are your family, and you can redeem all those parts of yourself that were seen as too weird and just you don't fit in and you whatever, got you ostracized. And then we have Two-Face here. Follow your heart, forgiveness, Two-Face. I'm going to take the last card because I'm not sure about Two-Face. I'm going to read. With condition. Ooh. All right, let's see. I haven't looked at this deck in a while. Deception and judgment. You are not to be trusted. You're quick to negotiate your worth and to hand your power away if it means you do not have to work hard for respect. You betray yourself by not caring enough about your evolution. You're working hard to put yourself back together. There's no such thing as too fast or too slow. Development takes refusal and engagement. Take care of your obligations. Everything else can wait. Act on how you feel. Be free from thoughts and opinions of others, even if that means pulling back from your people for a while. These are certainly connected. Trust in your ability to do the right thing. After all, you have the final say. So, to forgive or not to forgive. Follow your heart. With condition. All right. Follow your heart with condition. Okay, what I'm getting on that is that sometimes we have to go a step at a time. maybe we take a step towards the forgiveness that needs to be given or received. And then we can, resolve some part of it, and then we have to step back again. With condition. All right, I want to read that. And then I'll take another one. You hold love in your heart regardless of the situation's status and limitations. This adds to the list of reasons why you are so special. Temporary confinement. Here you are conflicted. Feelings of joy are limited. There's no say as to what's real or what's a brief distraction. All right, I'm going to go intuitively. There's too much. It's kind of chaotic. So many different messages. Caged bird, boundaries. Wow. Okay, so Two-Face. We have to determine what's a cage and what's a boundary. And that might be the part of the condition, part of the Two-Face thing. I think I'd like to do that. But boundaries can help in situations where forgiveness is required. All right, I'm going to gather up. I'm going. That book just kind of made me. I'm having a real bad ADD night tonight, you guys. I think. Anyway, Tavia says it can be in layers. Yes, that's what I just figured out on my own. You forgive, and another thing comes up and surprises you. You're absolutely right. Yeah, so it's that little take a step, and then it does happen in layers, and it's a spiral. Sam says, I'm getting something about go ahead and eat that apple, but understand that with that knowledge comes conditions. Okay, yeah. All right. Well, and I think too, because we want to think about unconditional love, unconditional acceptance, but the with conditions is all about context. That context is everything. Nothing really exists in absolutes for us. And one of the most helpful phrases that I have whenever I'm popping off with the judgment about something, oh, you're so blah, 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 is compared to what? Compared to what? Okay, man, I'm really fat. Compared to what? It's just a good way to remember that everything has a context. And I'm not going to go further with that. I want to go on. I want to go on. Got to know when to fold them, right? Shut up, Kenny. Okay. On to the tarot. Have we done 1, 2? Oh no, we've got 3 more to go. Ah, the good shuffle. Thank you, Savage Grammy. She says it wasn't you, a lot of info there. Yeah, there was. Boundaries encaged makes me think you can't get out and they can't get in. Oh, Tavia. That's fascinating. Okay. That's something worth thinking about. You can't get out, they can't get in. So the cage is keeping you restrained, and sometimes a boundary too firmly held. Maybe someone has changed. Oh, here it comes. Maybe someone you haven't had contact with in a while has changed. Maybe this is someone who has harmed you, and they're reaching out and you're going, no, because you're nurturing that grudge, right? Thinking it's going to make everything better. And they can't get in because you have too much of a boundary, because you're keeping yourself caged in that trauma. You are continuing to hold the relationship as it was left. So to open the cage and let yourself out, to soften the boundary and let them in just long enough to find out with condition. Oh, with condition. And that condition is long enough to find out if there's a difference here. And if they come in and you start hearing the words of therapy and you start hearing, I am so sorry, I know I hurt you, and I want to do what I need to do to make it better for you, and I understand if you don't forgive me, and I understand if you never want to see me again. I just wanted to tell you that. If somebody shows up with that, You can't receive that if the boundary is too hard and the cage is locked and there's too much condition there. But there, the condition, you can keep that condition to keep yourself safe long enough to see, right? Ooh, Tavia, thank you so much. That cleared it up. That cleared the whole thing up. Samantha says sometimes there's a fine line between. Exactly. Are you setting up boundaries or are you encaging yourself? Yes, that's exactly it. Oh, thank you, my friends. Yeah, see, I'm having an ADHD brain night. And there's a dude that has a channel. He's autistic, and he has been so helpful. And, I'm still in that phase of doubting myself. Am I really autistic? Is this just, am I being trendy? What's going on? Sorry, the light's being weird. And then I watch these videos, and it's like, yeah, absolutely beyond a doubt, I'm autistic and ADD. And the H is a question, but, ADHD. Anyway, he says that he has both as well. He calls his ADHD self Tornado, and he calls his autism self Torpedo. And it's wonderful because he talks about, Tornado wanting to go out and do things and see people and have fun and excitement, blah, blah, blah. And then you get out and there's people and there's noise and there's smells. And when you get to a point where you've been there a little too long and things are getting, then the torpedo launches. So, yeah, it's funny. I choose to laugh at it. All right, I'm going to let you guys come off the top there. And here comes the lady. Hello, my lady. And here comes recovery and intellect. The underworld, tradition. The underworld is the underworld, temperance. And then we have the warrior at the end. Oh, yes, indeed. All right. Scoot them down a little bit. So the lady, and I have, I belong to several too many tarot groups on Facebook, and people will, post, people that are learning will post readings or post something and say, here's what I got from it. What do you guys get? Blah, blah. And they were talking about the Empress. It had come up in a category of something that needs to be released, or pruning. It was like garden something, and it was about pruning something that needs pruning, and they came up with the Empress, and they're like, how does that work? And people were saying, well, she's the custodian of the garden and the one that knows how to handle growing things, and there's the growing season and the pruning season and all that stuff. And I said, yes, those were great. And then I was thinking, it can also be about looking at the Empress as abundance, and we think of that as more than enough, but maybe that idea needs to be pruned back into the concept of enough. Not unlimited money, but enough money. Not hitting the lottery money, I'll never have to worry again a day in my life, to I will not have to worry again because I have enough and I know how to manage and tend the garden so that things grow and things are harvested and everyone is fed. So we have the Empress, the mother energy, and she helps us through recovery, the Nine of Wands. And what do? Here is we build a boundary so that when we are wounded, we have a place that is safe for us. But who's the custodian of the boundary? We are. It's not a wall. It sticks. It's a symbol that tells someone, it's a signal. Don't come any further. But if they did come further, they can knock the sticks right over, right? So our recovery starts with noticing that we are wounded and building a place of safety for us to begin the recovery. And then the Ace of Swords is here. Then we look at what needs to be cut away. So we do have that idea of pairing. What do we need to prune? Okay. And our recovery is what do I need to pare back so that I can recover? How do I whittle things down so that it's manageable? And then we have the underworld, which is temperance here. And the 10 of discs. I want to look up. No, look up. In a giant book. And what they say about their temperance card. Okay. So, yeah, big books. This is all just the symbolism. And now we have the meanings. All right, the hidden realm where your self-created inner demons dwell, your deepest fears, hatreds, prejudices, feelings of self-disgust. Here lives the secret dark half of yourself, the shadow side. This is almost like the devil. And now that I mention that, I don't recall what that card is. Is it Pan in this deck? Humor me whilst I find out. That's okay. The Lord, initiation. Anybody else have this deck? The Green Man is okay. Sacrifice, change, suffering, opposition. Talk amongst yourselves. That's one thing I've gotten less scared of as the channel has gone on, is dead air, especially in live streams. All right, that's the Two of Wands, the Shaman. That's the Hermit. And of course, he's going to be at the dead end. What the hell? Okay, what the fuck? I got through here and never found him. All right, I'm sorry. Got to go through again. It'll be quicker this time. Let's do this. There he is. What? All right, I'm confused because this is the devil. 15 in this deck is the Tower. All right, so anyway, temperance, the underworld, the shadow, digging in deep to what's inside of us. All right, so we have the Green Man is 0, the High Priest is 1, the High Priestess is 2. We go on. Sorry, I've got to solve this or I will be on my mind. Hierophant is the Druid. Lovers is 6. Chariot is 7. Warrior is 8. Shaman is 9. The Wheel. The Web is Justice. Sacrifice is the Hanged Man. Then we have Death as 13. Then we have the Underworld as 14. And we have the Tower as 15. And then we have Initiation as 16. Okay, so we don't have a devil in this deck. We have Tower and we have Initiation, but the Underworld is as close as we get to the devil because it's the shadow side of things. It's the stuff that we don't acknowledge that then comes up and bites us in the ass. Tradition. All right. Let me get back on my track here. So what we need to cut away. The axis here, we have the Lady and the Warrior. So look at the two. This is the Strength card. There's a Badger. We have the nurturing side, and then the side that can stand up and say no. The side that can set those boundaries and keep us safe. But while we're in recovery and keeping ourselves guarded and safe, we need to, why do we have to, close the door, set a boundary? Because we need to travel into this underworld space, and the things that we discover there can put us in a very vulnerable state. And so we need to be safe and protected. And then we've got tradition, the Ace of Swords and tradition. So this is where I'm seeing toxic patterns. The traditions of the family, we've always done things this way. Why do you have a problem with this? Everybody else is okay with it. And then the black sheep says, fuck off, I'm done, So tradition, I want to see this card reversed. Tradition can be some of the things that we need to pare down. And just in terms of sort of blossoming as who we are into our own belief system, we need to look at things that are considered tradition and be willing to change those things, be flexible. And then at the end we have the Warrior there that's willing to stand up. All right, I don't know that I'm going to go any farther with that. Okay, okay, here we go. Demeter, Persephone keep coming through to me this year more so than usual. The Greek ones, I've been looking at Greek decks too, because I've never really gone into Greek mythology that much. See more references. Catherine says, I see more references to them than usual. Sam didn't take time to think about why, though. Well, because their myth plays out through the seasons. And spring was so early this year, and the groundhog said it would be, and it was, and it still is. We're in the middle of May and the flowers are practically done. It's crazy. All right. Sam says something about, well, things coming out into the light of day. Yeah, Maiden and the Mother being reunited. Okay. And yes, the Lady and the Warrior. Used to have the Sacred Circle. Oh, I hate when that happens. Never found its way back. Sacred Circle's the deck that got drowned in a pipe leak. Oh, no. Oh, no. Goodness. I'm so sorry. There's another one called Pagan Ways, and I actually got that deck out and shuffled it a couple of times, and it's plastic coated. This one is not. But the newer one, the Pagan Ways, is plastic coated, and it has that kind of smell that the Voyager deck has, a plastic smell, but it doesn't shuffle well at all. And I shuffled it like twice and trying to push the cards back together, and I went, fuck it. So, all right. Let's see who we have left. We have 1, we have 5, and that's it. Decks 1 and 5. 1. Oh, okay. This one, I was going to get a white piece of paper, and I didn't, so I will use the cloth. I hope it doesn't... What in the hell's going on? I hope it doesn't make my camera freak out. If it does, I'll put it on fixed focus, because we need a white cloth to see these cards. And I think, all right, we'll see. We'll see what I think. I don't know what I think. Am I rocking and rolling? I'm having fun. That's what's happening, is I'm having fun. And I noticed the changes in me over the times of doing live streams, and I used to be so nervous and very anxious, and if I couldn't get a message right or it wasn't quite connecting, I was like, oh no, I'm a shitty reader. And now it's just like, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop beating this dead horse, and then one of you says something like 2 of you said, and everything drops in. So I love, it's not just readings for the collective, it's readings with the collective, and that's really fun. Oh, Laura, nothing like coming home from work and walking down the carpeted hallway to have water splash over your shoes. Yes, that's horrible. Oh, okay, Tavia. Yes, it's a great deck. So we have drain problems here, and it's because the buildings are very old, and the pipes aren't very good. And so in our laundry room, which is downstairs, by the living room, and our living room's carpeted, the front part of the house, kitchen and everything is not. And we've gotten used to hearing, and we've been living in this unit for 25.5 years now. And I remember it was Christmas night, and it was the first Christmas that when my mom was living here with us, she'd, gone to bed, and the kids were in bed, and Cliff and I were like kicking back on the couch, having a little bit of brandy, and just like, it was around midnight, like, okay, Christmas, yes, it was good, let's just kind of sit back and enjoy before we go to bed. And we hear the gurgle of doom. Bloop, 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 bloop. It's like, oh no, oh shit, literally. Oh shit, because that's where it comes from. And the gurgle of doom is also a term that anybody that has irritable bowel syndrome or Crohn's or anything is very familiar with the gurgle of doom. But this is the gurgle of doom from our, pipes. And so we had to call the maintenance guy at midnight on Christmas night. Thank God it wasn't Christmas Eve, it was Christmas night. But I well know the gurgle of doom, and we have had that sewage back up halfway across our living room. We've lost things. We've had them, had to come in and replace the carpet and all kinds of crap. All right, let me do another couple of riffles. And I like to take these in sets of 3 and then stack them up. One more riffle, and I will be done riffling. They shuffle so well. All right. All right, done. They're so weird. Okay, we have the Six of Cups, the Hanged Man, and is that the Queen? I believe that's the Queen of Cups. Let's find out. I forget, they have the little codes on the along here. If it's here or here, it's major and it'll have the number, and then we have a suit here and a number here. Oh, there it is. Dar Q. Yes, that's the Queen of Cups, one of my cards. So thank you for showing up, lady. All right, new perspective, patience and hanging out, waiting for things to happen, but doing it in a graceful, joyful way. Four of Cups, our constant dissatisfaction that we nurture, and the Queen of Cups, because we're so very sensitive. So look what we have here. There's a chrysalis. Oh, you can't see what we have here. There's a chrysalis inside of us. You know what? I'm going to expand this for you. There. Is that better? We have this chrysalis inside. And look how she's got this stick over her shoulder, so it's kind of, let's do it this way, kind of reminiscent of the Fool going off on his journey. She has the cup in her hand, so it's an emotional journey. But instead of that little bag that the Fool carries with all of the elements in it, there's this chrysalis inside. There's a transformation process happening inside. And what that process is, you know, with butterflies, is they turn into goo. Whether it's the silkworm that's weaving the chrysalis, or the caterpillars that like split open and become a chrysalis, and they just turn into goop inside. Goop. They dissolve. And then they completely reorganize. So what is turning to goo inside us? I can feel it in me. I'm very, very sensitive. There are raw emotions here. There's a big wad of grief that is getting ready to go. And then look here. Yes, what's inside with this back to her? That grudge we're nurturing. That dissatisfaction. It's deep inside. But she's saying, I'm turning away from that. I'm willing to look into this emotional situation and climate. I am willing to let that break down into a big pile of goo and reorganize itself into something that can fly. Let's do another set. We have the Hermit. I can't remember my numbers. We have the Ten of Wands, and we have Judgment. No, the World. All right. So we've got the Hermit, and what we see, we don't actually see the Hermit. We see where the Hermit shines his light from the highest peak, the top of the mountain. And, you know, it's been a long, hard journey to get to the top of that mountain, but what makes it worth it is it's so high that his light spreads, can spread the farthest. If he was shining his light from the ground, it can only shine for those around that can see it. But when he goes up high, he can shine the light for so many more. And then we have the Ten of Wands, the back-breaking burdens that we carry. These sticks that we've either picked up or they've been handed to us, and more often than not, all too often, we use them to beat ourselves up with, or to carry on our backs that brings such a burden that we are bent over double. Then we have this beautiful rainbow spiral. Things are changing, things are turning. Okay, so look at him. His focus, like him, it's down here, down on the ground, looking in the corner, way down here. I'm just going to look at what's in front of my feet. That's a wonderful thing if you're finding joy in those little things that you're seeing at your feet and feeling and smelling and all that stuff we were talking about in the beginning. But he's bending over to pick up another frickin' stick. And what he can't see is this glorious spiral that's happening right here. And this light radiating from the mountaintop that I think is just illuminating the spiral dance. We go around and then we level up and we go around and then we level up and we go around. So while we're enjoying all those little things, we need to make sure that we're not gathering and gathering and gathering and never letting go. The spiral has to turn. If we're going to gather, we also have to let go. And we need to look up to see the light that can show us what needs to be let go. Portals are opening. Yes, Samantha, I heartily agree. Let's put these down here. This is going to be the last one I take. Okay, let's put these over here more so you can see. We have the Eight of Wands, we have the Page of Swords, and we have the Moon. All right. So this dude's been looking down. Maybe he finally looked up and he went, oh shit! And he grabbed one of those wands and said, how can I use this to fly? How can this launch me rather than bending me over? And the Page of Swords says, I'm curious, let's find out. So he's that curiosity factor, that open-mindedness. And then there's the inscrutable Moon with her seeing eyes closed and her third eye open, saying, okay, get curious about the inner stuff too. All right, let's see here. He's definitely heading that way on his flaming wands. Okay, so of course, as always, when the moon comes up, I end up going, very Neptunian energy, but it really is about inner truth and how you know that inner truth. So I'm going back to that follow your heart card. How do you know that inner truth? You know it by knowing yourself, and knowing yourself without the thief of wrong ideas, seeing yourself warts and all, you know, with all the lumps and bumps and mistakes and shit that you'd love to be forgiven for, and acknowledging that yes, you've done things you need forgiven for. We all have. But the thing is here, if we get curious enough, I'm going to read this way, if we get curious enough about the processes that are going on and we're willing to close our physical eyes and open our inner eye, we can take off to the heights. Where's that going to take us? To where the Hermit is, to the source of that incredibly brilliant light, where we can then take the light that is shining to show us how to tread this spiral path, how to dance this spiral dance. And I'm going to take one more, and it's the Seven of Swords. Ooh, there's the thief of wrong ideas. There's just the thief. All right, he's going back, sorry. All right, I think I'm going to leave that. Oh, Laura said my internet buffered in the middle of Luna's Christmas night pipe story. Oh no. Solar flares are still being felt. Portals are definitely opening. Okay, wait a minute. Tavia says, looking at my feet at a crack in the sidewalk, an old tin can by the side of the road. I nearly missed that rainbow. I nearly missed the shooting star going by. Absolutely. Oh, Kermit the Frog, of course. Oh my God. I miss Jim Henson. I really do. Samantha says, thank you, David. I knew. David? David? Is there a David? Am I missing? I have my Samantha, what the fuck are you talking about, baby? You gotta tell me what you're talking about. Thank you, David. Hopefully your phone misheard you. I knew that, but my magpie brain was running around. The name of the song. Oh, thank you, David. Is that the name of the song? Okay. Excellent illustration. See, that's a song I don't know of his. I know a lot of Kermit songs, but not that one. That was supposed to say Davy. Oh, so funny, and your phone never heard her name. Kermit in hermit mode. David was actually a good mistake. Oh my gosh, that's wonderful, you guys. That's wonderful. There. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom back out again. I think we can bring that to rest. And you know, certainly joy and laughter came up, and creativity, talking about, echoing back to the astrological dice. But I think those dice, just above all, remember your joy. And I wish for you that you catch yourself when you are nurturing the grudge and nurturing your dissatisfaction, and that you can take a breath, take a beat, and somehow find the joy and laughter in it. Let me get this out of my way here. I don't know why I'm putting it back in the box right now, but ours is not to reason why. All right, let's. Oh my God, great. Oh my God, you guys. Wait. All right. David was a good mistake. Sam had me checking to see if I was on Top Chat instead of Live Chat. Yeah, me too. Working on my enunciation. That's a fabulous tick. That's just a fabulous deck. Oh, okay, wait. And then to follow the Samantha thread, oh my God, Doc, not Dick. Dick, not Doc. Samantha, I love you so much. Oh my God. Oh, that was fucking hilarious. Okay, and then I want to go to Tavia's message, because she says, David was one of my best friends who took his own life. Oh, honey, I remember when you posted that. This week was the anniversary of both his birth and death. Yes, indeed it was. Thank you, David. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, David. Oh my God, Sam, thank you for ending this with just a howl. All right, let's close our circle down. Come on back into your body. I hope you had a good laugh. I pray for you belly laughs that open up your chest and make you feel your breath in a new way. Come back into your body, into your skin. Breathe freely, not concentrated, just breathe in a free and easy way. And for a moment, let's just sit here and remind ourselves of that layer that we connected with everybody else. And see this beautiful flower of life that is created, this wonderful grid of interconnecting spheres. And knowing that your inner sphere is a healthy boundary, and that all good things can come in, can be received, that it is a boundary that allows you to receive what you need, allows you to give what you have to offer. And so take a few breaths to just imagine the energy, and they're rainbows. All of these spheres are rainbows. And see the wonderful energy that's passing between us right now. And take that inner energy into your inner sphere. And from there, take it in through all of those chakras that are lit up. Take it deep into your physical body. with gratitude, with grace, in perfect love and perfect trust. And as it moves into your body, allow it to rearrange whatever needs rearranging, and loosen up whatever needs loosening, and heal whatever needs healing. And then allow it to sink even deeper, right into the center of your heart. Your wisdom heart, which is the true connecting point. Connecting you with all that is, with all of our wonderful friends that come here and share their their misheard lyrics. Oh my gosh. And then exhaling, and a nice big deep inhale. And as you exhale, send that outer layer out. It wraps around the earth and blasts out into the cosmos. And we give gratitude to the guides and guardians, allies and ancestors. I give gratitude to you guys. I love you so much. I am so happy to be here, and you're so much fun. I'm going to remember this one for a long time. Big, big fun. Sam and Darcy, I can't wait to hug you tomorrow. And I'll be hugging every one of you with that. So, thank you so much for being here. Hit the like on your way out, if you would, please. One moment. All right. And I will see you next time. Till then, mwah, blessed be.